All right. So we're live?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we're live. Okay.
Hopefully.
Yes, that would be better. Hi, I'm Konstantin. I am welcome to our almost bi-weekly Vorion Voxelware developer stream. This is our third stream. I'm Konstantin. This is Felix. I'm the game director of Vorion. Felix is our game designer, and yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about what's going to be coming with the next stream, DLC and update and stuff. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. We haven't been doing this stream thing for long so far. So yeah. So actually, as a game designer, Felix, tell me what is it that you do as a game designer?
Very different stuff. So sometimes I'm more into like dialogues, doing stuff like new missions, trying to balancing the stuff even better. And on the other hand, for example, we had it in the last stream, the new captains, the story. This is stuff that I do mainly. And sometimes I even program a little bit, but more or less successful, I'd say.
I think more successful than
mostly
less.
More, but sometimes less.
I think you're doing great. So
Thank you.
All right. So basically, my job as game director is I just so that you guys have like a little overview about what we're doing. So I'm programming for once, and I'm mostly telling the rough direction where we're going. So yeah,
and reviewing stuff, to keep the line.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. I'm also collecting all the nice ideas that the team brings up. So yeah.
Well, everybody needs a hobby.
Lucky for us, we don't have OSHA. So cheers.
Cheers. Exactly. Today we are talking about new stuff that is coming with the DLC, but for free. So for everybody, not just for those who buy the DLC.
Yes, exactly. And before we forget, we will this stream will be available as a VOD afterwards.
Yes.
It should be available on Twitch. And so yeah, if in case you missed it, or in case you want to rewatch the previous streams, you can just go on Twitch and rewatch them. It should be shouldn't be an issue. So yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, last stream was 2 weeks ago. I did it with Sefeni, or with Margareta, and yeah, we talked about, as I said before, the captains. We talked about a moment ago I just knew it. I have a little
captains and the new
story and
new story, new characters.
New characters, exactly. About Giovanna and Zach mostly. Nice. Yeah, if you're interested in it and missed the last stream, as Konstantin already said, it's available on Twitch to rewatch as a video on demand.
All right. So last stream, what happened in the last 2 weeks? What have we been up to?
Well, first of all, there was Bergkirchweih here in Erlangen.
Oh right, oh right.
It's a big.
Oh God, yeah.
It's a very big party, almost like Oktoberfest, but a little narrowed down here.
Yeah, I think it's actually so. For everybody who doesn't know, there is like a huge beer fest going on, or was a huge beer fest going on over the past 2 weeks here in Erlangen. It's called the Bergkirchweih.
It's like,
and it's basically Oktoberfest, but in slightly smaller. I think it's the third largest beer festival in Germany after Oktoberfest and Gäubodenfest in Straubing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so there was a lot of party here, but we still managed to do a lot of new things. Some of which we will show today.
I haven't been there. I don't have time. I have to program.
I was there once, I think. But yeah, back to what we actually did here at Voxelware.
I think that's what people are more interested in.
Yes. We we introduced new stuff, or we programmed new stuff, we developed new stuff. For examples, we have new highlights for our objects, for cool special objects.
Yeah, so basically, we will have one or two occasions, or several more maybe, where we will have to highlight certain objects in space in Avorion. And so far we didn't have a proper way to highlight them except for with these little indicators. But sometimes you don't want these indicators because they basically tell you where stuff is exactly.
And on a high distance.
It's highly accurately, and it doesn't really flow with the overall content of the sector. So instead, what we've added is we now have like a little shimmer, similar to how weaknesses or strengths in the normal game works. So in the normal game, you can have, say, pirates who are especially vulnerable to plasma damage or something like that, and they will have like a green shimmer on their ship. And what we've added is a way for us to add this shimmer to normal objects, so that we can highlight these normal objects as important.
Yes, and it's special
important objects,
and that you have to look out for them and maybe investigate a little closer.
Yes, exactly. And it's a very important tool for us as game devs to highlight and tell players that this is a very important object without like just smashing it in your faces. Sometimes you don't want it. Sometimes you want it a little more subtle. So yeah. So yeah, this is one of these parts. I think we pretty much nailed it. I love the effect.
Yeah, it's great.
It's very tunable. Also, to all modders, you will be able to use this effect as well. But yeah, this is a really great change, I think. Yeah, it's more of a subtle thing, and it makes us happy as game devs because we now have a larger tool set with which to develop the game. But yeah, this is basically it. Yeah, this is. But let's move on to more exciting. Let's move on to more exciting stuff.
We didn't only work on like visual things. We also have.
Yes, exactly. That's a very good point.
Audible things.
Audible.
Maybe?
Yeah, I think that's a word. Yeah, let's just.
Acoustic. Yeah, that was the word I was searching for. Yeah. All right. We have new sounds.
Yes.
Introduce new sounds, especially for lasers.
Yes.
And yeah, most of them weren't hearable. So laser weapons had a sound, of course, but there are also other lasers. Like, for example, if you're scanning an object,
yes,
exactly. Or if you're trying to crack open a box, or
when you're flying through a travel hub.
Yeah, for example. And yes, they now also have sounds.
Yeah, basically
nice
we did something that was overdue. We added some techniques to add, basically to give long objects some sounds. Usually what you have in games is you have a sound source and it's a point source. So you have like a
speaker.
Yeah, just basically imagine a speaker that goes in every direction. And but what we need for lasers is we need a speaker that will be very, very long, so it's more like a tube.
Yeah,
you could say. And yeah, this is something that we've added finally now. And yeah, now we can finally give some sound effects to lasers. Yeah, this is actually really cool, and it adds a lot to the immersion of the overall game.
Yes, it's also very yeah, I just got the English word. Sorry, little blackout. Immersive.
Yeah, immersive.
If you're just like flying, there's a laser and you're flying by and it is loud, it doesn't sound, it's not just light, but also this yeah, we have different sounds. One of them is very humming and it's intense. It's just intense to see or actually hear.
Yeah, also
this.
Yeah, just like you said, for example, the IHDTX boss, for example, we've now added proper lasers to its cannon.
Yeah.
And it sounds
the searching sound from the laser,
yeah,
like the aiming sound.
Yeah, I love it.
That's great. But we didn't just only added sounds for lasers. We kind of introduced some new lasers. I think you spoiled it a little bit on Twitter.
Yes, I already posted some smaller spoilers. So basically, this is also something great to add to lead us into today's topic.
Yeah.
So what's coming with the new update, and with the free update that comes alongside the DLC. So first off, if you've probably seen it on Discord. If you haven't, you might have seen it on Twitter. And if you still haven't seen that, we will show you now. So we've
and even if they saw it, it's now more refined.
True. But to get to the point, we remade force cannons. So basically, we've always had force cannons in the game. They've been there, I think, since the early alpha builds, and they were basically just a nifty way of abusing mechanics that were in the game for recoil and shot impact. So for example, when you shoot, when you build a large cannon on a small ship and you shoot, it kind of starts spinning because the weapons have some kind of recoil. And also when you get hit by a weapon and you have a small ship, then your ship will start spinning. So basically what force turrets do is they just take these numbers and they put them into overdrive, but they don't deal any damage.
What they did before.
They used to do that. So what happened was, as a kind of a way to play around, when I designed them, I just added basically a kind of weapon that would do no damage and just have like some random inverted or non-inverted numbers for these kinds of forces that were there, as a way of maybe just being able to push some stuff around, just play with the physics a little, But I didn't really have the time to actually sit down and do it properly. And what happened was the force turrets as they were in the game, or as they still are as of now. But they will be changing in the future. So how will they change? Basically, they will. So we've thought, what do we want from these force cannons? We wanted them to actually be usable to carry stuff, so that you could. I always wanted some kind of rope cannon in the game, where you can just have a harpoon. You can just shoot it at an asteroid and pull it or something, but that was like a little difficult to achieve physics-wise. And so what instead we did was, now we've reworked the force cannons to have those, to have something like a somewhat similar approach. So basically what they're doing is they just grab stuff. When you shoot, they have a range of about 5 kilometers. I think that's 3.5 miles.
Roundabout.
For
not
all
3 miles.
For all non-metric measuring people. And they will shoot. When you shoot them at say an asteroid or an object or another ship maybe, or your friend, or I don't care, it just pulls it towards your ship, and keeps it there as long as you're firing. So
or at least tries it. Sometimes if the other person you're grabbing is trying to fly away.
Yeah, if they can. But basically what it does is, you pull it in, and you fire at the object, you pull it in, and then it keeps it there, Yeah. And so, or when you move, they will start pushing it away again. So yeah.
Yep. I know it wasn't exactly the plan, but you talked just so much about them. I'd say we show them right now.
I think we should show them. Yeah, we should show them off. Yeah, we've prepared some gameplay footage, and we want to show them off a little. Okay,
Yes.
let's go.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah. Oh, we have a mail. I will just
Ignore it. You should ignore it.
Okay.
It might contain spoilers.
So, oh yeah, sure. I think we already got some force turrets on here.
Check it out. Check it out.
So
yeah, this looks like force turrets. Yeah, those are what tech are they? The tech 1.
They tech 1. Okay, we are very close to the starting.
So basically,
area right
balancing wise, a tech 1 force turret will be able to move containers more or less without effort, and a tech 52 turret will be able to move large asteroids. Not the claimable ones, the normal ones. They will a big small asteroid, if you will. They will be able to move those without effort. So yeah,
exactly. So we just have like 6 right now
6.
on there.
Yeah.
They are legendary, so
yeah,
they are
just show them off.
Yeah.
Spawn a container and then go for it.
I should remember.
I think it's the 4th.
Bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stash.
And stash. Yeah, it's on the left now.
Left.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Over there. So. Yeah. Just
go
fire.
Go for it. So yeah, those I think those might be a little overkill.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's do.
Yeah, let's disable number 1.
Then let's disable this.
So yeah,
just use it.
You can just
play around with it, but it's difficult to aim right now. But we also have a trick for this.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure. So basically, what's happening is with the system that's in place now, you can just tell your turrets to shoot at your current target, and they will basically reel in and keep it. So just like this vision I had of a
oh, now it has to turn.
Yeah, of a
grappling hook.
Of a grappling hook. Yeah.
So yeah, you can play around with it, and once we get in our direction, it will follow us.
Yes, exactly.
Which is right now. And if we stop, of course, it will keep its velocity for some time. And
yeah, and this turret is not yet strong enough. But if we assigned maybe 2 or 3 turrets to shoot at this little thingy, then yeah, this would work. So
yeah,
all right,
maybe
I want to take over for a second. All right, so say we spawn ourselves some droids.
Asteroid field is, yeah.
Give me them asteroids. And then now let's spawn ourselves more foster. All right. We'll exchange those for some stronger ones.
We get stronger ones right now.
Oh no, they're all tech 1 still.
Yeah,
too bad. All right. So but that's no, that's not an issue. So basically, but you get the gist. So what's going to be happening in the future is that for example, when you set all those turrets to aim at your target, shoot your target, and just you can just basically go and forget about your turrets and just have them.
Yeah, you don't have any more on target.
I have to select it. Yeah. So yeah, you can now just go smash yourself into asteroids or whatever you like.
Or your enemies.
Or your enemies. Yeah. So this will just keep them. Keep the objects around. All right. We lost it. Not a big deal. So these are like the weakest imaginable asteroids. The larger ones will be able to do this with standard asteroids, like the bigger ones of these standard asteroids. Yeah.
And for example, if you have like, and in this case we had 6 in the beginning, you have even more power. And
yes.
We are very
we're excited. So this could actually bring some very new interesting tactics,
new fighting styles.
Yes, because some pirates are very, very less heavy than asteroids. So there will be lots of shenanigans going on.
Yeah, and as we said before, you can like throw asteroids at some pirates and try to hit them. And
or make it stations.
Or at stations.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
or its friend.
Or its friend. and the cool thing is, I think we can say this. If you throw objects on enemies, the shields don't count because there's collision damage, and collision damage doesn't help, or shields don't help against collision damage. So yeah, a lot of new opportunities, and
we're looking forward to watching funny videos about this. So yeah, it's going to be fun. All right.
Okay, but
those aren't the only weapons that we've been working on. Yeah.
That is just what I wanted to say.
Okay. Go ahead.
We were working, difficult to say, sorry, on our lightning guns.
Yes, exactly.
And Tesla guns, of course.
Yes. Electric damage in general.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, maybe you can tell us some more about it.
Yeah, so basically our electric weapons have a big caveat. It's that they don't do any damage against stone by design. So that is a big problem, because it basically, whenever you have a gun that does electric damage, it's basically worse than any gun that does normal damage.
Yeah.
So to conquer that, we will be working on some new features for electric damage, and that will be whenever electric damage hits, say, a technical block, such as a generator or a shield generator or a force field, inertia field.
Inertia dampener.
Inertia dampener, or
like an engine.
Or an engine. Yeah, exactly. Whenever it hits a harder, a technical block, it will deal much more damage. So there will be like kind of a trade-off.
Yeah.
With electric weapons, you want to aim at technical blocks,
at those weak parts, kind of, and just disable the enemy.
Yes, exactly.
Especially when you're trying to fight with a very big and slow ship, and there are those tiny, annoying pirates that are always out of reach, or because you have to turn everything, and you can now attack their engines and slow them down and make them an easier target for you. Or on the other side, you can disable these big, like Leviathan that are flowing around, and you're on a much smaller ship, and disabling him and be the annoying thing yourself to like kill even bigger enemies.
You'll be able to more easily just incapacitate some enemies. Yeah,
exactly.
All right. So that's some damaging some electric damage changes that will be coming. Yeah, this is also going to be part of free update, of course.
Yeah.
So everything that we'll be talking about here today, this is all for everyone who just joined in. This will all be part of the free update
with the
coming
DLC.
with DLC. Yeah. Exactly.
But we didn't just only work on weapons and this stuff. We also worked on some enemies, kind of, especially on the Xotan Swarm event.
Yes, exactly.
We did a redesign there.
So yeah, we've had some issues reported with the Sultan Swarm event that happens in the center of the galaxy after some other events that we don't want to spoil necessarily.
But I think we kind of have to later. But I will say a spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's I mean, I think mostly veterans will join in here. So basically what's going to happen is that the swarm will no longer block respawning of the end boss. And the swarm will now be a global event, a true global event.
Yes.
Inside of it's semi-global. It's just similar to how
barrier,
it was inside the barrier inside the center.
Yeah.
But once the precursor spawns, like the end boss of this event, once it spawns, there will be a notification to all players that the boss has spawned in a certain spot, and then everybody can go there and fight it. And it's going to be a timed event, and basically players will have to defeat the boss in time, or else it will disappear.
Yeah, and the precursor will only spawn there, so not like it is right now that there are multiple bosses, but it's only there, and you can come together and fight it on, or you have to come together and fight it on in one sector.
Yeah,
and not everybody for himself, but we wanted to encourage people to play together and to fight this swarm together, and not everybody
for themselves. Yeah, exactly. So so instead of having several instances of this event happening simultaneously, instead it will be in one spot, one boss, one spot, with a notification that the boss has now appeared in a certain sector, and then everybody can go there and fight the boss together. So yeah,
exactly. So much about the Sultan Swarm redesign for now.
Yes, I think this will also up the game's quality a lot. So I'm really looking forward to this change.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a lot to say today. Yes. So we should move on a little bit.
I think we have one more feature that we'd like to show off. It's somewhat a somewhat small feature, but it's done enough to be shown off. So yeah. Let's go back
to the.
So what we were talking about was the I think you can tell it to stop grabbing this thing now. All right. So basically, whenever you had an alliance ship destroyed, you could only rebuild it near its destruction point.
Yeah.
And we're changing this now to you can always reconstruct your alliance ships at your reconstruction site. So basically what's allowed for normal ships will also be allowed for alliance ships. So
exactly. So we made this repair like our reconstruction site.
Yes.
And we paid a lot of in-game resources to build a ship and destroy it. And it's far away. I think I could open the map.
Yeah. So basically we did some preparation before this, and we've had our ship destroyed over here.
Over here. Yeah.
Yes. So this is where it was destroyed, and now we will basically you can as you can see now you can reconstruct it at your reconstruction site, even though it is an alliance ship.
Exactly, and we just to make sure that you're towing the ship you want. It's also there marked as alliance ship.
That's always been there. So but this is just one small quality of life change that we wanted to show off, and so now
exactly,
and you got your ship back.
And as you can see here, it's not up to you to pay the toll cost, but it's the alliance because it's an alliance ship.
Of course, the alliance will pay for it.
Exactly, and now.
But you can reconstruct. Yeah, every member of the alliance can reconstruct it at their reconstruction site.
Yeah. So make everybody more flexible with the alliance and
yeah,
try
because,
together.
yeah, this was an important change too, because alliance don't have a reconstruction site, because it would be difficult technically to implement this. So yeah, this is just a quick show off of this.
Yes.
This little change, and yeah,
I think you can also say we are planning more about reconstruction and repair.
yes, exactly. So we've got more plans on reconstruction. This also has to do with how the DLC will be working. So for the DLC, we will be reworking reconstruction a little, or tuning it more. We will be reworking it. Yeah, tuning. Rework is the wrong word. We will be tuning it a little, and we will be. So basically, at your reconstruction site, we will make towing and repairing free, because we want players to use the reconstruction site to have some meaningful place,
especially
to have a meaningful space.
Yeah,
basically,
especially as you paid somebody.
Yeah, you paid somebody
to get this
to get some nice privileges at your reconstruction site. So with this change, repairing and towing at your reconstruction site will be free. Exactly, also completely free. So
and this is we made this also because with the new DLC, it will get much more difficult inside the rifts. So you have to prepare yourself.
Yes,
and yeah, we want to encourage everybody to try new stuff out, and yeah, so if something happens and you're near your reconstruction site, you can just rebuild it and try again, or try something else without just wasting resources on a reconstruction, or not wasting, or using your resources for reconstruction.
Yes, wasting resources on reconstruction. So so basically, what's going to happen is the DLC content rifts will be pretty hardcore, and they will be pretty hardcore, and we want to encourage players to experiment, to try out new builds. You will have to adjust your ships to rifts. You will probably have to build multiple ships for multiple missions. You will have to be aware of what you're getting into, and we don't want to punish people for trying out new stuff. So so basically, whenever you're going in, you have to face the very real chance of getting destroyed. So this is something that we want to make a little easier, and have people to just basically experiment. Yeah, exactly. So this also goes in line a lot with the wormhole device, the recall device that you get sent by the adventurer once you collect your first artifact. That basically lets you return with your ship to your reconstruction site at any time. Yeah,
exactly. And if everything goes wrong, you can always switch to the sector where your reconstruction site is.
Yes, exactly.
So you can't get stranded anywhere because you have no resources. You can just go back to your reconstruction site, switch into the sector, reconstruct your ship, and just continue. So yeah, that's about repair and reconstruction for now, I think.
Yes.
Maybe another stream when everything is ready to show it, we will make another go with it to show you. But we have one thing left that we wanted to show you.
Yes. So exactly.
Yeah.
Do you want to introduce it?
Sure. As we said, we want people to explore and to find new stuff. And we learned that sometimes you see something, but then there is, for example, an attack, and you fight, you go away from where you were, and you just can't re-find the cool stuff you saw. And to find this back, we introduced new kind of beacons,
right?
Marker beacons, and yes.
All right. So rifts will be dark, rifts will be hardcore, rifts will be dangerous, and rifts will be large.
Yeah.
So with all this in mind, we want to have we wanted to add some means that you can orient yourselves in rifts. So what we will be introducing is a new kind of buoy or beacon that you can deploy somewhere that will always show you which you can use to mark some places, for example. So yeah.
So,
all right. You can just Felix will show you now. You can just buy them at any equipment dock.
I'll try to dock normally and not to use. Love the tractor beams.
Yes, awesome.
So,
all right.
trade equipment.
Trade equipment. They can be found in the utilities section, and they are the insector marker buoy. Yeah, just buy them all.
I leave them one. Up next.
You leave one. One buy for. Okay, that's nice of you. That's very nice of you.
I'm always almost too nice for everybody.
All right. So maybe we can find some spot that we want to mark now.
I think you spawned some asteroids.
I think we spawned some asteroids before. Yeah,
there might be something to find.
So let's just pretend that we just found something nice in here. Maybe a claimable asteroid that you want to come back to at some point later, or maybe some resource asteroid that you want to mine, or something. Or
for example, if you don't have the right mining lasers right now,
you don't have the right mining lasers you want to bring. You want to come back to this place at some point. Yeah. So what you can do now is you can just use this this item and deploy it here. And it's here, and now you can interact with it and configure it, and basically just give it some colors, some icons.
Like this and this.
Exactly.
Orange brownish thing.
And maybe you can also give it some text, whatever. Exactly.
So, and as you can see now, it has the little icon inside the. Inside the I forgot the English word, marker.
Inside this indicator.
Indicator, yes, exactly. And the indicator itself also got this color I used for it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if we fly away.
Yeah, so basically example, you now have like a little icon on the right, yes, or on your screen.
Over there right now.
So that you can basically find stuff. It costs like a small fee, but yeah, this is
so exactly. If you want to refine it, we just know it's over there.
Yeah, exactly.
And as far as I remember, it
yes, you
can
also
be visible.
Yeah, it's also visible in the strategy mode.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's it right now for showing.
This is so this is really important. This was really important to us because. Especially when you'll be inside of rifts, it will be important to orient yourself.
Yep.
Maybe you want to go back to some place, or maybe you found something interesting and you need to mark it because you there's something else that you have to do first.
Yep.
Or basically just to find your way back to
yep.
some other point.
And yeah, it's not only viable in Rift, it's also, as we showed, outside the Rift.
It's
very cool.
Very versatile tool.
We already have the possibility to mark something on the galaxy map.
Yes.
So you mark like there is this big special asteroid or the container field that I want to investigate, but I don't have the time right now. And you mark it on your map and go back, and yeah, you come from a different direction. You don't know where to go right now, and so now you can find it again because yeah, you have the beacon, you have the marker, and it's much more easy.
Yes, I think this is something. This is also something that I've always missed in the game, and now we finally have the time to actually add it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so important.
I think.
Yeah, all right. Definitely. I think it's it's finally time
for the Q&A.
It's time to answer questions and butcher nicknames. So yeah,
let's do it again.
Let's do this.
Okay.
All right. So I think we've already collected some questions before.
Yeah.
So
well, just take one right now.
All right. So
choose first. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. New version of force cannons look cool. Does the mass does the mass of the ship that owns the force turret matter? By Brother Snuffleupagus.
I think almost.
All right. Actually, the mass of the ship that uses them does not matter. It's very special sci-fi subsystem, subspace physics that doesn't work with normal physics. So yeah, for the all right. So no, the mass of the ship that uses them will not be important. You can use it with any ship. Yeah, but the mass of the object that you want to move, that will definitely be important. Right.
Exactly.
How will force cannons work against and with fighters?
You forget to butcher the name.
Oh, I forgot. Jabgelug.
Yeah, I think it might be good.
Or Jabgelug. I don't know.
Sorry.
Let's. How about we don't do? we don't make it any worse. So how will force cannons work against and with fighters? So we're still trying to add them probably for fighters, but it would mean kind of a rework of fighter AI to have them used with fighters, and it's not yet completely final if this will happen. So for now, they won't be doing anything against fighters. Then the design for these turrets was to maybe carry stuff around, and because there will be occasions in the new DLC where you will have to carry stuff around either by docking or with force turrets, and yeah, that was the main use case for these.
Exactly. So, so many questions. You're faster to select than I am, I think. I will just use the mouse right now because there are even more. But yeah, let's
all right,
take another one from up there. I also tried to butcher one. X1337. Sorry. We mentioned that the DLC would be pretty hardcore. Do we mean the enemies will be hardcore or the missions themselves, escorting maybe? If so, will it be possible on expert mode since NPC ships die way too fast there? Well, hardcore is more like if you go into the rifts, you have to face different difficulties, not only enemies. I think
it's not just enemies that you will have to prepare for. Yes,
and the rifts themselves are very unforgiving. So if you're not prepared to go in there, you will just die. It is not possible to take like any ship and just go into a rift and
you will not just die, but you will. Yeah. This sounds a little too harsh.
Yeah.
But you will not just die, but you will have to prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Properly. You will see the environment that you're going into, and you will have to prepare your ship for this specific environment.
And that's the hardcore thing about it, and you won't be able to just leave the rift that easy. So that's also a thing. There is. Yeah, I think we mentioned it in the first stream. There is a way into the rift that is special. You can't just jump into it.
Yes.
And there is also a dedicated way out. It's not always the same way, but there is only one way, and it's not just jumping.
I think we can just say this. There's a special. You need a special extraction out of the rift. Just like you need you need some special means to get into the rift, you also need a special extraction to get out.
Yeah, and you won't be able to just emergency jump if anything doesn't go your way. So
yes, exactly.
That's mostly what we meant when we said hardcore. The enemies in there, it depends where exactly you go. Don't want to spoil it too much, but they're harder and easier enemies like anywhere else. So
yes.
Yeah.
All right. So why not have electric damage chained to nearby blocks with crit hit? Because we decided against chaining because it we've had a lot of issues with chaining. We basically already have weapons that do chaining, such as in a way, such as railguns and also explosive shots, for example, cannons and rockets, anti-fighter guns, for example. Exactly, those all do. Those already do area of effect damage to the ship around the area where they hit, and I don't think that it would be very beneficial to just add another kind of area of effect damage for lightning guns, for example, or Tesla guns or something. I think it would be cooler to have like a more skill-based approach where you have to just not just shoot, but also like aim for these special blocks. They already light up, and it just feels intuitive to shoot at these.
Yes.
So
they have like a big target on them.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
I'm shiny, please shoot me.
Yes, exactly.
So
exactly.
We now have the weapon to do this most effective.
Yes.
So.
All right. Hey, Boxelware, landable planets when? I'm just going to ignore this. You know. I feel a little insulted.
Landable planets will be available once the
now I'm interested.
Once the mankind landed on another planet and lives there, I think.
Oh, once we colonize Mars.
Yes, for example, doesn't need to be Mars. Maybe another planet. There are more, but yeah, most probably it would be Mars. But
yeah.
if we colonize Mars, I think
once we colonize Mars, there will be landable planets in Avorion.
Yes,
I think this is a good compromise. Yeah.
So, yeah, so much about this.
So can you stop pirates from respawning a player on sectors? So this is actually an issue. We want players' stations to be attacked, of course. There should be some kind of upkeep that you have to maintain once you have a station. But I think pirates basically rebuilding their shipyards in shipyard sector is actually a bug. So I would recommend you to report this as a bug, so that it doesn't just drown in all this blur of a stream and features and stuff that we're doing. So yeah.
Okay. Another question. I'm not sure how much I can say about it, but will or do Exoten breeders have a purpose? I think without spoiling too much, you can say there will be a purpose for them.
Absolutely, yeah.
There isn't right now in the game, but there will be one.
Yeah, there will be. There will be.
And
DLC, yeah.
It might have to be something with the rifts. Don't want to spoil it too much there. Okay, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It might have to do something with our DLC that's called Into the Rift, and it might have to do something with rifts.
It also might have to be, or have to relate in some way with Exotans, but I'm not sure about it.
Yeah.
So
all right,
let's
get back on track.
Yeah, there will be a purpose for them. Don't want to spoil it too much, but if you visit rifts, you might encounter some breeders, and we'll see the exact purpose of them.
Yes.
Besides the obvious that they breed Exotan, which is the name. So.
All right. Feature requests. So we haven't even released the feature, and we're also already doing feature requests, I see. All right. This will Tango with this feature. I'm sorry, this will not be possible because there are some technical limitations where we have to keep stuff.
Maybe just read the feature request again.
Okay, right. I'm sorry. Feature request for the beacon. Please add a radius around the beacon where wreckages will not despawn, so it can be used to mark wreckages after a battle for later salvage without having to fear them disappear. So the main reason for despawning of wreckages is performance.
Yeah,
we have. When you stay in a sector for a longer time, for example, when you idle for some time, it's possible that there are several attacks, or especially after a large battle, for example, it's possible that there are lots of wreckages floating around that will impact performance badly. So this is just a technical thing. This is nothing that we can't really do something about it, because these wreckages will just continue to pile up and pile up and pile up, and at some point we have to delete those. And technically speaking, it wouldn't be a good idea to keep wreckages around, and even if you mark them with a beacon. This is a very critical change, because I don't know, people. I'm kind of split. I understand where it comes from, but I don't think this will be technically possible.
Yeah, especially if you think about it, it sounds easy to do it in one sector, but you're like fighting your way forward and doing 3-4 big battles, and there is a lot of debris, and you place a marker everywhere, and then, for example, you are on a server and there are 2 or 3 more people who do this, and now it's not just like 3 wreckages, but 100, and to keep them all loaded is just too much, and yeah.
There's another by Nina Nirata. In your previous stream, you mentioned lots of people not doing DLC campaign because the achievement count was low. Is this not because mods disable achievements? No, actually, because only 5% of players play modded. So if we say
even if every modded player just did the campaign and would have gotten the achievements,
yes, then
that wouldn't make such a big difference.
Yes, exactly. Kangaroo Knight asks, is it possible to switch to another sector and back to a rift, for example, when a ship is ambushed somewhere and you need to react? No. When you're in the rift, you're in the rift. You can switch out, but you can't go back. This is the game is very specific about this. This is a one-way trip most of the time when you're not prepared. For example, this is a point, going into a rift is a point of no return. You can go out, but you won't be able to go back in.
Yes, but
you will be able to send commands to your ship.
Yeah.
And and tell it to do something when it gets ambushed, for example. This will be possible, of course. You can still command your ships over the map while you're in the rift, even though it will be a little more difficult.
Yes, because communication isn't that easy from inside the rift.
Yes, exactly. And but you won't be able to go back in.
Yeah. I anticipated the following up question, so I will just take it. What will happen to the ship if you switch out? Well, the ship that is inside the rift and is left alone there by you, it will kind of get destroyed, I'd say.
It will get lost.
It will get lost.
It will get lost,
but not forever. You will be able to retrieve it, and as we said before, on your
at the reconstruction site.
Thank you. Yeah,
you can have it towed and retrieved for free.
Yeah. So it's you're not supposed to just switch off the rift. If you have an emergency, you need to do it. That's okay. You're allowed to do it.
But it basically just cancels whatever you were doing in this in the rift,
and you will have to retrieve your ship.
You will have to retrieve your ship afterwards.
Won't just go out and be fully available.
Yes.
So don't fear to be a noob trap. As we said,
Also, you can't accidentally switch out.
Yeah.
We added a message box telling you explicitly that you won't be able to return, and that you should think about going out or not.
Exactly.
Yes.
So,
all right.
I think we are almost to finish. I'd say let's do one more question.
Right.
Because it's a question we get asked a lot, and we answer it always the same way. When is the expansion expected?
Well, when it's done.
Yeah.
So basically, we want to take our time with this one. We want to do it right. We want to do it. We want to do it well, basically. So in game development, there can always be unforeseen circumstances.
Yes.
People might get sick, for example. We're a small team. We're a team of four people working on this game, plus full-time, plus 4 students, 2 of which are also working on code, for example. And whenever a single person, for example, we've had this problem a lot with Corona, for example. And basically, when one person gets sick from Corona, for example, then 25% of our team is sick and can't is unable to work, and that is just that is something that you feel a lot. You know, we will like you see this immediately that that when people get sick, for example, or something unforeseen happens or whatever, and so. We want to take our time, we want to do it right, we want to do it well, we want to give it as much time as we need. Right now, the DLC and its content is on a good way. We're very confident that it will be coming out soon, but we won't be giving any exact date yet.
Yes. Once we give a date, we will.
Yeah, you will
get it. Yeah, we will write it on Discord.
We will be
Twitch.
very vocal once the date is there. Yeah,
exactly. So
don't worry about that.
Yes. So I think that's it for today. Yeah, we talked a lot about the free stuff that comes with the DLC.
Yes.
Yeah. As we said before, if you just tuned in and missed the stream, no worries. It's available on Twitch.
It will be available
on demand
as a video on demand on Twitch.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Yeah. If as we said, if you want to know when the expansion comes out, just follow us on our social media.
What are our socials?
Well, Twitch. But Twitch is not a social.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, kind of.
Go follow us on Twitch, please.
Yeah.
We need this. It helps a lot. No, actually, it really helps. It really helps us a lot when you just follow us. It helps us with the algorithms. Helps us reach more people. Would be awesome if you could follow us.
Yeah.
On
Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram.
Yes. Yeah, but what's our names? So I think on Instagram it's Boxelware.
Yes, on
follow
Twitter.
Follow Boxelware on Instagram. Twitter is
also Boxelware.
It's Avorion Game. It's Avorion Game on or Avorion. No, it's Avorion on Twitter.
Well, I don't use Twitter that much, so.
And yeah.
Yeah, on Facebook it's
Facebook.
Boxelware.
It's Avorion Game.
And Avorion.
It's Avorion Game on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, on Twitch, most of you saw it. Some people watched on Steam. But those,
I hope so, yeah.
Those on those who watched on Twitch, I mix up Twitch and Twitter all the time. Yes,
Twitchter.
Boxelware on Twitch. This is also where you can find the video on demand so far. And yeah, I think that's all for
I think that's
medias.
that's it for today. It's been awesome with you.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it as well.
And we will see us again, hopefully in 2 weeks.
Yes.
But we will keep you
posted.
I forgot Discord.
Yes, of course.
We also have Discord.
Go visit our Discord. It's an awesome community. Go there. Go there. Have fun. Talk to people.
Yeah.
We're on there as well. Sometimes we even talk in chat when you have time.
And
yeah. And oh yeah. Last but not least, if you have questions for our next Q&A, or
Yeah.
if you have specific topics that you would like us to talk about, you can just send them to us over any of our social channels. Please do so. That would be awesome. It would help us a lot, and because we would know what you guys are interested in, and all you awesome people want to do. So yeah,
we'd be happy to ask your to answer your questions.
Yes.
We don't want to ask your questions, of course. And yeah, I think that's it for today.
That's it for today.
Thank you for tuning in. Have a nice evening, or whatever time it is at your home. And yeah, see ya.
It's always high noon somewhere in the world.
Yeah, somewhere. Okay, bye.
Bye.